welcome to this video where we are gonna change or create a new spell, aura, or even a buff if you need that. So the first thing we're gonna use is the spell editor. So let's open it up and give it a second. And here you always click SQL or SQLite. And we'll wait a second. Now you should see all the spells. So for me, I want to do a buff / aura, which can give me bonus experience, like 100 experience or 100% experience. So first off, we will want to find a template spell. So this is the Helm experience boost or bonus plus 10%. And here you can see every detail about like the spell tooltip and stuff. And we can, after we click on it, we selected it. So now we can say base. So now we are looking at what this spell does. So for example, stacks, so how many of the same ability you can have on you, or sorry, buff you can have on you, that's one, because that's how this spell works. Just so you know, spell, buff, and aura is basically just interchangeable. So first we are here, and then we see like range, duration. So if we wanted to change the duration, we could. So 0.1 second. There's a bunch of these, like 1 minute and 30 seconds duration, but let's not look at that right now, since what I want to do is basically make a copy of this one, but make it so the buff is bigger for the players. So let's first go into effects. And then you can see the target, so which player or enemy, and basically pets and glyphs and everything it can target. And then the procs, so when should it proc? So let's say we wanted to do something where when you died, it procced, like the ability / buff gets added to your player when you die. You would take this one on. But since we don't want that, we'll just take it off again. Next thing is effects 2. And in here is where we actually do the bonus increase and everything for experience. So apply aura, don't mind this, sorry about this. So as you can see, number 6 in a spell effect is apply aura. You can do heal, bind, portal, insta kill if you want insta kill ability, dummy, portal, teleport. This one is unused, so yeah. But when we are working with like buffs and auras, we want to use number 6, which is apply aura. Okay, the next thing, base points and die sites. What you really want to do is go in and add, so this is like this buff we're looking at is normally giving us 10% increased experience, but what you want to do is -1 from your goal, so that would be 9 if we wanted to add 10. If we wanted to add 100%, we would type 99 there and 1 here. That would add up to 100. It's a stupid way, but that's how it works with adding spells and stuff. Target is the caster, so that means us, the player. And the apply aura name, this is a big list of everything, so you can like spell aura fly, spell or a mod attacker spell crit chance, so increase the crit chance. There's a lot of things here. You can play around, look at it, everything. But this one is spell or a mod XP percent. PCT is percent. So this is converted to percent. Okay, so let's see. So this is for when you kill mobs. This one is only for killing mobs. Spell 2, you can see it's again 9 plus 1 is 10. And this one has another ID because this spell or a mod XP crest percent. So this is the increase on a crest completed. And basically, as you can see, spell effects free. It's none because there is nothing, like it doesn't add anything extra. You could add something here, that's up to you, but we're not gonna do that. Right now I'm just taking you through how the spells work, like the real base part of it, so we understand what we're gonna change. And items, since we're not gonna touch this, we don't mind it, like we don't want to look at it to be confused. So flags is another important one. So here you can see what can interrupt this ability. So if we created so this ability could be removed on knockback or on damage taken, then we would click this one and it would remove the buff. Attributes, here we set it as a passive because it's not like an ability you can use, like charge on warriors or something. So we click this one on, as you can see it already on. Do not display, which is the spellbook, aura icon, and combat log. So that means at the top where our buffs would be in WoW, we don't see it. And do not log is, from what I understand, it's not logging in the chat box. So when you kill something, it doesn't tell you that you killed something and you got this percent extra experience. It doesn't really matter since we know if it works or not. So this over here, it takes a little. Yeah, here, that's the icons, and you can change the icon as you want. Well, let's go back to the start and let's create a new ability, or sorry, new buff. So we see our ID is this. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna create a new text command just to write down the ID of the spell. Next thing we do is click here, just clear it out, and now we want to click new spell, and it will ask us to copy an existing record. This is a great idea if you actually want to copy something like the experience buff, then you don't need to do everything yourself. So we're gonna click yes. Now it's gonna ask us to input the spell we want to copy from, and that's this one. So rewrite this like I wrote there. Then we click OK. Next thing is our new ability or buff spell, and I want mine to be this. That's random. You can change this, so as long as it's not like a number or ID that's in use. That's the most important thing. But here, this one isn't in use, so I'll just use this. Yeah. Now we create a new record. Yes, it's done. We can scroll down. Oh yeah, as you can see here, these are mine, my own custom ones I have made. All these. So yeah. So here we got our new one, a new thing. So let's say this is a double XP. We just want to call it a double XP buff. That's crazy, man. Okay, next thing is we want to say experience gain from killing mobs and completing quests increased by. As you can see over here, it says 10% here, but you make a $sign S1%. I'll explain what this is in a bit. But basically what you're doing here is you're taking the first effect and changing that. Like you're taking the first effect, you apply it, and then you say S1% to write the 10% here. I'll explain what I mean in a bit. But yeah, we want to do something, so let's keep this as before. Next thing, always a good idea to click save spell changes as often as possible, because if you click off here and you change something and didn't click spell save, it will remove it. So remember to click save spell change. Okay, next thing, we click base, and as you can see, everything from the other one is copied over. So that means we don't have to like fill all this in ourselves. So that means like the range, if it was ability you want to cast on a player, you didn't need to like enter it yourself again, which saves you a lot of time. Let's just say it like that. So this is everything is a copy of what we just looked at. So this is fine. We don't need to change anything here. The only thing we need to change, because we want to do it, is basically these numbers. So we want a double experience, so that would be 100% added on top of the normal experience gain. So we would type 99 and keep the 1 here. Next thing, we would type a 9 more here in spell effect 2, and that's basically it. That's all. Now we click save changes, and we go back to select, and here you can see it says 100% now, because the S, as you can see here, the S1 is basically this one, S1. If you wanted, you could write S3, but then it would say 0 because it's nothing. We didn't add, so that should not do anything. So now we got that. But since I enjoy seeing if things actually work, like I want to see them as a buff, so I want my new ability or buff to be visible for me. So let's take this one off, and I just want to take this one off too. That's basically all. Just remember to click save spell changes, and it's saved. Great, we got a new ability or buff or aura. So now let's export it to our server. And what you do is you hit the import export. It will open up with the import page already open. So let's click export. And since this already knows that it's the spells we changed, it will export these changes. So what we can do is we can export the DBC files themselves, or we could make a patch for us. But the best thing, or what I think is the best and easiest, is to just export the checked DBC files, since you might have a patch already named for or something, and then you would need to always make sure you don't have that. But that's just my way of doing it. So now, as you saw, it's done. So we can actually just close everything now. That's it. Next thing is we open up, as you can see here, the spell edit export folder, and we have our new files here. So what we're gonna do now is go into World of Warcraft. So this is my client, then data, and I got my patch called patch C. That's my new, or that's my custom patch. So I'll open up this MPQ editor, and I will open up to this file. So give me a second. Yeah, I'm in the file now. Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one I opened. It's, yeah, why this? It's this one for me. Yeah, here it is. And as you can see, all my DBC files are here. So what I normally do is I delete them all, and then I click add files. Then I click here and I go to my directory, and I just click here, hold shift down, click the last one, and click open. And that's all. Now we just say close MPQ, and now you updated your client. The next thing is to update the server. So we will close down the client, and we will go into my server feature. So here is my server folder, then go into your data folder and DBC. Next thing you do is basically drag these over here and then say yes to replace all files. And you're done. Basically just updated your server and client with new buffs and abilities. So let me show you that it works. So let's start my ALF server and my world server, and I will start up my client. Already created a little fast script for testing this. Let me just open it here. As you can see here, I used the ID we created. So on player login, I will apply the aura. So let me just aura ID, and that's basically everything. So I'll just give it a second here to load the last transports, and it did. Since I made a change, I'm just gonna say reload Illuna, and we will log in on my test account. Yes, it's a little slow right now, I can see. Yeah, and we are in. So let's create a new character. Yeah, and then we go in. We're just gonna give it a second. Don't mind this. That's just my custom stuff. Oh, give me a second. I might actually need to change this. Oh yeah, okay. Just a second. That's my fault. Reload. Let's see if it works now then. Let me just disable these. Let's see. Add argument. Unexpected got value. Player Luna. Give me a second. I might have wrote something wrong. which isn't new for me. Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to actually write the player to edit to. So let me log out again, and then we reload Illuna. Let's log in again, and it should work now. We are in, and let's see. Okay, for some reason it didn't add it to the bar up here. So let's see. Let's see what happens if we hit this mob now. Yeah, 400. So because my server is ×2 already, that means I get another like 100% on top, so that's double. So instead of 200, that's 400 now. So it works. I just messed up on getting it to show up, so that's my fault. But you can now see how to add new abilities and buffs for your characters. So I hope this video helped you, and good luck on everything. See ya.